In the previous session, we have seen the IQAC in 6.5. NAC considers IQAC as an important aspect of governance. Today we will be looking into how NAC has given strength to IQAC and how IQAC is one of the most important bodies for governance and management in the organization. This concept that NAC has made a mention is called as institutionalization of IQAC. In 2016, NAC has updated the IQAC from a committee to a cell, and therefore it is internal quality assurance cell and not committee. When we talk of IQAC, we need to talk about institutionalization of IQAC. Now, why should IQAC be institutionalized? IQAC must be institutionalized because institutionalization of IQAC promotes transparency in the organization. IQAC is the only body which has been promoted by NAC. It is one of the authorized bodies that you are able to see. In other words, because NAC cannot be there in every college, therefore an IQAC who is representing the NAC is present in the organization and is trying to take care of the organization. If we look at a corollary, we will be able to say that if mobile is to be equated to NAC, then in that case app is equated to IQAC. And therefore, if you look into the relation of IQAC, IQAC is the only body through which the college can communicate with NAC. On its own, college does not and cannot communicate with NAC, and therefore IQAC plays a very important role. Now, when we talk of internal quality assurance cell, at that time, primarily quality is everybody's business. That would mean that when a committee is being formed in the organization, though there will be a few members in the committee, even then, ideally everybody is a part of IQAC because quality is everybody's business. When we look into the quality of an organization, we need to understand three aspects. The first aspect happens to be quality control. When I talk of quality control, it is the last minute quality updation done. I remember a factory where tiffins were being prepared. I had been to that factory and I was surprised to see those tiffins. A few of those tiffins were not in a proper shape. Just before the tiffins used to be packed up, some last minute changes used to be made so that the lid of the box fits up properly and the product goes into the market. Now that means that this product may not last very long once it has been sold in the market. Now this last minute correction is something called as quality control. But as awareness about the quality increased in the organizations, people started thinking and the organization started thinking that quality need not be last minute. Quality needs to be much before even the product is prepared. And therefore quality assurance systems have come in. And therefore you are able to see initially what was quality control is now in a bigger, wider scope called as the quality assurance. It would mean that if we are talking with the same tiffin example, let us have machines which take care of preparation of that box in such a way that there is a minimal defect. In the third case, you are able to see called as the quality systems. Quality system would include every possible thing. I am talking about quality control, quality assurance and quality system which also applies to the educational organizations. When we talk of quality control and when we talk of the student, in many a times in the last year of the student, that is in the third year and the final year of the student, we see to it that the student goes for some kind of trainings whereby how to face interviews, how to write down resumes is given. that would mean that it is the last step, so it is a part of quality control. But the student has been nurtured for all the 3 years, so that in the last step he is able to go, we can take him to the last step of quality control. But the nurturing was giving him a proper education, giving him additional supports, giving him additional information, conducting extra courses for those students to see to it that they are industry ready or they are ready for the further progressions. All these systems that come in, they are termed as quality systems. So when we start with the concept of quality, it is quality control, but slowly it grows up to quality assurance, and finally it is the quality control. That would mean that the entry of the student starts with the quality processes. The process of admission, the process of inducting the student, the process of training the student, giving better knowledge to the teachers, to see to it that updating of the teachers, updation of the library, updation of a variety of other things, to see to it that the infrastructures are being maintained very well, to see to it that the entire system is working excellently. All these make up the part of quality systems, and therefore the job of internal quality assurance cell happens to be creation of good quality systems, so that the quality of the product, that is our student, is assured all the times. Now when we expect quality, it needs to be measured, and therefore measuring quality plays a very big and important role. In education, there is a golden triangle of quantity, quality and equity. These three aspects need to be considered. We cannot ignore any one of them, and therefore measuring of quality is important. When we are talking of measuring of quality, it is on the focus. The focus is on the process, not on the people. It is the focus on the policies and the processes. Then it is continuous updating. It is value framework that you are able to see, and it is penetrance and expressivity of the event that we are doing. Now when we make a mention of focus on the process and not on the people, it would mean that people come from various cultures, various environments, various situations, and therefore they will be coming with their experiences. By having set processes and policies, people will be able to work as per the expectations, giving the expected results. And therefore, quality, quantity and equity, these are the three areas by which IQAC works. And measurement is a very important aspect when we are going to talk of IQAC. Now when we talk of measuring of quantity, what all features do we see? For example, some areas where we actually measure out attendance related issues. We calculate out what was the percentage of attendance in the classroom, or we also look into how many lectures has that particular student attended. That helps us to decide him as a defaulter, and therefore this starts mattering us. Second part is feedbacks. It is number of feedbacks that have come, they start mattering us. Number of quality initiatives that are taken by IQAC is yet another feature by which we measure the quality. How many quality initiatives? For example, each year at least 12 to 15 quality initiatives need to be taken, so that IQAC is able to work and the organization is able to achieve good grades and good scores. That would also mean that quality is a prime focus for IQAC. There is one more aspect, number of activities that are conducted. These number of activities could be number of cultural activities, number of sports activities, number of events with respect to academics. This number is yet another important feature for quality. Number of audits conducted. All these numbers really start counting us, and therefore IQAC talks about quality, IQAC talks about quantity, IQAC talks about conducting events number of times, IQAC talks about penetrance and expressivity to see to it that maximal students are going to get benefited in this entire process.